Oh, right. To take control of it, because assumedly you are the same bloodline as Vaughn. I guess this is spelling it out for people who didn't hear the name Fulkin said before. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. Theta here, back with another episode of Escaflowne. We are on another episode. We just got done with episode 4. So I think the first thing we do is we bring up the board. And of course, if I've been doing things right, there should be a link in the description of the video, whatever video you're looking at, showing you a up-to-date board to last episode. So, up-to-date meaning last episode. And of course, we have the board change log to reflect what has been changed so far. I gave T.O. his name, because obviously we had an image for T.O. We didn't know his name yet. I added Alan's mom and connected her with a blue line to Alan. Marked Alan's mother as dead. We added a Redin. We added a Redin and connected him with a green line to Alan. We changed the white line connecting Delandu to Alan to red, because obviously they had a more diplomatic meeting the first time, and now he's flat out assaulting the place, so gave Keo his name, same thing as we did with Tio. Changed the white line connecting Van to Alan green, because they had more of a standoffish first meeting, and now they are allies. And we added Gaddy. I'm missing something here. Yeah, I mentioned that I added Alan's mom. I also added Alan's sister, but apparently I didn't make a note about it. So yeah, Alan's mother and Alan's sister both connected to Alan. And of course, when we go into this, we have notes from last episode. So going into the notes. So everyone knows that the Mystic Moon is cursed. Van thought the speech he couldn't understand was demonic when he heard Japanese. Does that mean Earth is hell to these people? Not really sure how to add in the werewolf sentiment I had before into that. Suppose I'll toss out a random guess that has a 99% chance to not be true. But just want to put it out there anyways, in case it just happens to be true. What if the Empire is from the Earth in the future, maybe? Could be an explanation for the future sight and the prognostication engine. That they are attacking the past to prevent the Escaflowne from being a problem for them in the future or something. Obviously, not a lot of evidence for this, just a feels like thing for me. Not aided by the characters sometimes conflating the curse of the Mystic Moon with Zybok's technology. I have to wonder about the layout of Gaia, considering Merle's sudden appearance. I don't recall Van recognizing the name Astoria or even reacting to it, so I figured they weren't neighbors to one another. Then Merle shows up, captured by a scouting party. I may be remembering wrong, but Hitomi and Van got teleported out at night, meaning they've been in this fort for about 2 days. Say Merle has been heading straight this direction for 2 days, which we know she hasn't, as she recounts going back to Fenelia first thing, but let's just assume. And this scout was heading straight in her direction, which we know he wasn't, but for the sake of math, let's just say he was. Then at their furthest, these two countries would be 4 days travel away from each other. Actually, I think I'm doing the math wrong. Now that I'm reading my own notes out loud, I think I'm doing the math wrong. If they've been there for 2 days, that means that if she's heading 2 days this way and he's heading 2 days that way, they would encounter each other. But we needed enough time for him to go back with her, which means that she would need to have 1 day, and then he would need to have 1 day, and then 1 day back. So 2 days for him, 1 day for her. So 2 days away. Yeah, so they would need to be 2 days travel away from each other. If I'm wrong in my math, just let me know. I won't read your comment at all, but let the internet know I was wrong. Uh, Nowhere near the distance I figured the beam had sent them. Then again, in hindsight, if Delandu was really responsible for attacking Fenelia, then his flying fortress appearing over the Astorian fort the next day would also corroborate that. I suppose the implication is that either the future sight drains Hitomi of her strength, or that she experiences the negatives of the things that she sees. AKA, she sees herself surrounded in flames, gets hot, and develops a fever. Another theory, or another thing to keep an eye out for. Gotta figure it out still. Another interesting point is that Delandu says they'll use Fulkin's stealth cloaks. I would have assumed, given the fact that everything we see on the Zybox side is high tech, it was just something they had come up with on their own. Sorry, I am screwing that one up. What I mean to say is that given Zybox's entire techno basis, I would have assumed that they came up with stealth cloaks on their own. But the suggestion seems to be that Fulkin gave them to them. Did he invent them after he joined Zybok? I would have guessed that he may have stolen them from Fenelia when he left, but the fact that no one there had any clue about cloaking seems to suggest not. Either way, Fulkin is being credited for it here. Alan says his sister was spirited away. Our main character is constantly teleporting in light beams. I'm not marking this girl down as dead. I have no doubt she's going to show up later. More than likely, she will be on the bad guy side as well. A whole Obi-Wan didn't tell you the full story situation. I feel like the show wants me to believe the possibility exists that Hitomi is that sister, but for as much love motif stuff is happening in the opening and ending, it better not be, or we get a whole nother Star Wars analogy in the making here. This is just a general note. Fulkin knows about poisons, as he told Vaughn about it before, and that galar leaves can neutralize most poisons. I think I talked about the weird bat thing Hitomi had a vision about being. So I completely forgot how to talk today. Hopefully, future me remembers to edit all of this out, or it's going to be a really awkward upload where people are going to point out how stupid I sound. I think I talked about the weird bat thing that Hitomi had a vision about that has still yet to come. I think I completely misread that vision in the moment, as it's likely just one of the Zybok guys, Guy Melfs, rather, from the end of the episode. This would, however, be the closest vision to happening we've had so far, by which I mean the closest amount of time between having the vision and the vision itself happening that we've had. Clearly, Van walks over to Hitomi to see if her symptoms are the same as Merle's, which is why he treats her with the galar leaves as well. But as per my previous questioning, was it poisoning? She passed out in the first episode after a vision as well, but no fever there, at least not that we know about. Really, we are at a 50-50 with vision-based illness and suffering nothing from it. Could go either way, and this was just a reason to get Van to show care for Hitomi in a scene. It really would have been good had they not had the dragon in the opening of the show. I instantly guessed what the Emperor was referring to because I had seen the opening a couple of times. I suppose it's so much of a plot point that it didn't matter if it got spoiled, but they really robbed themselves of a, oh wait, moment. Then again, Delandu just up and says it a minute after the transformation as well, so really they put no weight into it. And my last note here, how the hell does Vaughn know how to use Escaflowne like this? We established back in Fenelia that people doubted he'd be able to kill a dragon, implying that he never has before. Escaflowne requires a dragon's heart to power it, so he's clearly never used it before. We know that there are ancient texts, so that might explain how he knows it can transform into dragon mode, but he should have no practical experience to know what to do. Like Amuro in his first fight, Vaughn should be stumbling around and crashing into things as he figures it out. Like, I would expect him to get better as he goes. But even thinking about that, when Vaughn dueled Alan was surprised that he had gotten injured in the fight, like whatever his guy Melf is called, had a cut on the arm. So Vaughn is just instinctually good at this thing that he's never used before. I just find that somewhat confusing. Like, it shouldn't play out that way. Anyway, that was the board. Those were my notes. I guess there's nothing left to do here, but go ahead and hop on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I guess there's an element where I was talking about the whole Star Wars analogy thing. That if she does turn out to be Alan's sister, which I can't see that happening. Although, now that I'm saying it, we only know that Hitomi has a mom back home. And Alan doesn't say how his mother died, just that she did. No, wait, never mind. He does say the sister vanishes and then the mother dies not long after that, so I assume it's like heartbreak or something. I was going to say, what if Hitomi was the sister and they both got him and the mother Sorry, Hitomi, I gotta slow down. Hitomi and the mother both got transported to Earth, and that's why she's not surprised when she hears about what happened to Hitomi. But that's not right either. It just doesn't feel right. Based on literally the knowledge the show told us. But I was going to say the Star Wars analogy that, again, it must be in the ending credits, where we show that Alan is a love interest of Hitomi's alongside Vaughn. The whole Luke kissing Leia thing in Star Wars. That before he knew, he had already kissed his sister.
Was it all just a dream? Or was it a vision? The giants that attacked Finalia appeared again, setting fire to Alan's
the same
castle.
Intro from before?
Just as I thought, another one of my visions had come true. They started chasing us, but Vaughn changed Escaflowne into a dragon to divert their attention.
New card.
His trick worked. The enemy followed Vaughn. And the rest
The thing is that the cards seem to be in not Latin. They're either in Latin or Italian.
How I love a moving target.
Sorry, we have Phil Fisher in the chat saying it's in English. That was not English.
The wind's too strong.
I know it's not in English because every time I've had to look up the name of a card and I've had to Google Translate it.
You bastards. You can't hide from me forever.
It's also going to make that comment response that I just did make absolutely no sense. Legitimately, though, kick dirt at invisible people. They'll be covered in dirt and you'll see them. Also, if you know these guys are around you, you should have started swinging your sword. Strategos. That must be his title. Certainly it's not his name. Unfortunately, it's always we need it captured alive is always the reason that the good guys get a chance to succeed.
メレフの残骸がないか見当たりませんぜそうか
まさかバーン様が
いや奴らはバーンを殺しはしないエスカフローネを動かせるのはファーネリア王だけだと聞いている安心しな必ず俺たちが助け出してやるよ奴らに借りを返してやりてえしなこのままじゃ気が収まらねえやそういうことだなぶっ殺す隊長どうしますか
Yeah, step one, get out of my ear.
あの浮遊要塞がいてでは正面攻撃は辛いかとりあえず奴らの居所をつかまねば
I mean, it seems like it would be a dumb idea to assault the floating fortress, considering it overwhelmed your entire ground forces on the ground.
バーンがどこにいるかわかるかもしれない
確かに君は城への襲撃を言い当てたしかし
あれは偶然なんかじゃないんです私感じるんです子供の時から結構
Also very insulting to call it a guess. Well, she's saying she's having visions.
なんかその力がどんどん強くなってるんです
たとえそうだとしてもこれは我ら騎士の務め分かってくれるね
Alan, you're being a real ass.
私をテストしてくださいお願いします
I'm saying he's being an ass, very specifically because he's like, oh, there. Let me rub your hair, stroke you for good luck. I mean, really, you should just go back to the capital or whatever. Don't hang out here, we're just gonna get stolen again. Use your blood for something? Oh, right. To take control of it, because assumedly you are the same bloodline as Vaughn. I guess this is spelling it out for people who didn't hear the name Fulkin said before. The test is a tarot card reading. I mean, the whole thing about this is it's about self-interpretation.
その影がアレンさんの家族を追い崩壊家族の離別
おい当たってんのかわかんねえよお頭は昔の話はしたがんねえからな
He literally talked to Hitomi about his past a little while ago.
妹さんが行方不明になったのもお母様が亡くなったのも
みんなお父様が。
さあ続けて。
どうしよう、なんか怒ってるみたい。まずいこと言っちゃったかしら。でもアレンさんに私を信じてもらわないと。
どうしたひとみ。
はい、言っちゃえ。イル・ジュディッツォ、審判のカード。近い将来アレンさんはお父様と再会を果たすかもしれない。でも過去にこだわるアレンさんは憎しみの心を。そしてこのカード。
ありがとうひとみ。もういい。
Again, it's all self-belief, although
合格だ。さあ見つけてくれ。バーンの居場所
although she is like saying a lot of very specific stuff, so I'm not good at like cold readings and whatnot, so I don't actually know how much she's adding to it versus how much is just general card stuff. Also, I'm gonna guess that like Alan's dad is like the king of Astoria. Certainly he's betrayed them, which seems to be a theme among the characters.
なぜファーネリアの歌を。俺のガイメレフまで案内してもらおうか。
ザイバッハの兵がそのような脅しに屈すると思うか。お前はこの冬要塞から出られはしないよ。
Also, he has a spade pin. I don't know if that means anything.
命を無駄にしてはいけないな。
Well, I guess I was right about the angel thing. No clue what it fucking means, but it looks like it was true. Although I guess I feel kind of stupid knowing that the symbol of the show is also a feather. But to be fair, I guess it could have been the owl.
本当にあんなのでわかるのかね。
まあ人生なるようになる。
久しぶりだな、バーン。10年ぶりか。
俺は信じていたんだ。兄上は王位継承の儀式を逃げたんじゃない。竜と戦って死んだ。決して敵に背を向けることなく最後まで戦って死んだ。それなのになぜザイバッハ
You'd rather believe your brother was dead than alive. I mean, granted, after the fact now, but I mean, before you knew that he was a traitor.
笑うな。
バーンよ、私と共にザイバッハの皇帝ドルンカーク様のもとへ行こう。そして新しき未来を見定めるのだ。
Also, he's got the whole mechanical arm thing going on, too. We literally just covered the fact that Fulkin knows poisons. Because he taught the other thing to Vaughn in the past. I do appreciate that they're paying stuff off.
少し休もうか。
いいえ、続けさせてください。何かあいつの手がかりがあれば。
あるよ。ほら。どうすればいい？
あいつのことを心に思って。
It actually did change its
さまよえる大地。
swing.
この船と同じような浮き岩のことだよ。
そうか。
あの浮遊要塞が隠れるにはもってこいの場所ってわけだ。瞳。
There we go. The passing out thing, we also brought that up. So that's being consistent too.
ただの骨董品じゃないか。しかしホルケンのやつ、どうやってこいつのからくりを操ったんだ？
I have a feeling that my character is about to blow himself up.
やがったぜ。浮遊要塞確認。よし、浮岩を加熱。浮力を切って一気に要塞に突入する。
You guys barely survived them attacking you last time. How are you going to attack them and win? Yeah, Mokai has to be having it worst up here. Literally a movie we saw just the beginning of Gundam Seed Destiny. But again, they have, what, 7 soldiers and 1 Daimel? And they're not even using their Gaimelfs. Oh, does that imply that that one guy used to be a member of the Zybok Empire? Because he's wearing, like, half of their armor. It feels like. I might be wrong. He done got himself blown up in the hangar.
Escaflowne.
Talandu is not going to appreciate that. By which I mean that guy's in trouble, not Alan.
どうした？見えたの。何が？行かなきゃ。どこへ？バーンに知らせなきゃ。ちょっと！
At least they're working together now.
無事のようだな。あれ、助けに来たのか。時間がない。行くぞ。
Yeah, legitimately just told you a little while ago, I'll never let you get captured or the Escaflowne be captured.
距離5メートル。いや、6メートルはある。
Oh, time to employ that track skill? Although, track skill and long jump skill is different.
ちょっとあんた何する気よ。持ってて。飛び越えてあっちへ行く。私の幅跳びの記録は5メートル40。よし。ちょっとあんた
Well, I guess she's practiced at least.
飛び越えられるわけないじゃない。あんなに離れてるのに怒っちゃったら死んじゃうよ。ぺっちゃんこになっちゃうんだから。ねえ、あ、ほら
I was like, she would need the perfect jump even then. Conversely, I feel like she could have just climbed the ropes that they're using to anchor themselves with. Is this going to be self-fulfilling? Is she going to distract him, and that's when Delandu is going to attack? Okay. More complicated of a character than I actually thought he'd be. Okay, not self-fulfilling, but maybe always meant to happen? I do love characters with scars. Not the way I was hoping he was going to take that, though. Well, I mean, at least I guess my character now has motivation to hunt this guy down for the rest of his life. Also, gnarly-ass gash in the face. This is a really good show. I don't know if I said that before. It's a really good show. So, sounds make me think of Christmas or something. I don't know what it is. There's elements of this that make me feel like, oh, maybe this is like fantasy Star Wars or something. Because essentially, you know, they just boarded the Death Star to save some of their companions and then escaped again. Like, no one's the one-for-one like a Star Wars character or anything. It's just that there's elements there that are very much reminiscent of it to me. Like, you know, Vulcan could be Darth Vader, right? Mysterious backstory related to one of the main characters, wants the other one to join the Empire. Still, though, yeah, I don't know. I guess obviously the guys under Delandu are going to be in super big trouble. One thing they failed to prevent anything from happening, they did not stop the bad guy. They got taken hostage, and then they didn't do anything on their own until Delandu was going to tell them to do anything.
Escaflowne.
That's going to complicate things. So, despite Alan being a love interest in the, I almost to say intro, that's wrong, the ending credits, he already has a love interest. So, it also seems like Hitomi is jealous. It's either that or the princess, whatever her name was, is picking a fight with Hitomi because of her closeness, like another Merle situation, right? Where Merle's picking fights with Hitomi in the very beginning because of her perceived closeness to Vaughn. that we're going to double down on that situation, except this time it's not with somebody who seems like on the outside trying to get in, but who's already on the inside trying to push somebody else out. Sorry. Automail. I've been trying to remember the name this entire time. In fact, I was trying to remember the name back when we were watching Full Metal Alchemist this morning. If you don't know, we record all throughout the day, all of my solo recordings at once. When we watch Full Metal Alchemist first thing. I was trying to remember Automail this morning, and then I saw Fulkin's robotic little hand, and the fact he's got like the straps on his arm, implying that he lost his arm, maybe with the dragon. Maybe he did almost die to the dragon, and the Empire brought him back. Could be the thing. He has like an Automail arm. And again, he dipped his finger into the back of Van's neck and clearly, if not poisoned him, knocked him out with some sort of anesthetic or something. Which is to what we already learned, since Fulkin apparently knew about poisons and taught Van about the poison neutralizing plant. Where the Angel's wings come into play, though, I don't know. We have not been introduced to any of that yet beyond the opening having angels in them. Either maybe he did die to the dragon and then was reborn as whatever this world's Valkyries are or whatever, or the angel thing is something completely different. I don't have any real guesses about that offhand, but I suspect I probably will when the notes come around. Because the thing is, what the notes are, is they also represent a week of me having time to like digest what I saw, but then also rewatching the episode again and then taking the notes. So you might be able to tell by as much as I've been stumbling around my words in this recording, I'm a bit brain dead today. So there might be an element of that at play, whereas I'll have like a week to try and figure shit out in. So I'm hoping that comes into play. That said, I mean, all I can really think about is the stuff I've already commented upon. Like, I do appreciate they brought back her track and field expertise, even though they've really added the field part to it, since they didn't really cover her long jump performance before. But I can let that go. It's to what she was good at before, and they're doing it again here now. I like it. That's cool. Like I said, it's a really good show. I'm really liking it. Yeah, I'm rambling, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. So, once again, I've been Theta. This has been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?